So. We right back like we never left. This is the Man in the Mirror show. And we spell the Thee because it's a personal journey.
Yes, sir.
It's wonderful, always blessed to be above the ground, patting it down. But it's even blessed when you got good spirits around you, good souls around you, man. It's a joy. So this is not a religious show, but it is spiritual in nature.
Amen.
And so a lot of our topics, man, they topics that spiritually implemented, you have a better lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So that's our goal, is to give hope. Period. Just to give somebody some hope. We're not here to tell you how to live. We're not pushing our belief systems on you. But what we are doing is just sharing our own experiences. That's why it's called Man in the Mirror. It's really share our experience, and we always have a topic, and we expand on the topic, and we just let the flow go where it flow. And man, I'm blessed to, relationships is real important to me. I'm blessed to have some good relationships. Now, everybody, we don't call them family, friends, if you're genuine, but everybody is a part of God's plan. So everybody's important, good, bad, indifferent. So, but these guys here, I can honestly say, man, they've been influential in my life. So, now we don't do the guests no more. It's a family setting. That's why they part of the Man in the Mirror panel. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's only one man's opinion or one man's experience. That's what we do here, right? So tonight, the topic is accountability. It starts with me and ends with me. That's just in a nutshell. Starts with the Man in the Mirror, ends with the Man in the Mirror. And we're going to talk about that. Before we do, let me introduce the panel. To my immediate right is one of my childhood buddies. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember not knowing him.
That's right.
That's how long we've been knowing each other.
A couple of years.
Yeah. Yeah, a good Alexandria, original. And I'm honored to have him, Mr. Steve Nelson.
Thank you, brother.
Amen.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And to his right is, man, me and this guy, we ain't gonna tell our age, but man, it's been, man.
That brother Steve said a couple years.
Yeah, a couple years, right? But if you looked at the documentary, I have a documentary out called Unsung DMV Hero, Boo Jones Story. He's on it. But he was quite young at that. He was the Congo player
A couple years.
in our band when we was teenagers called Ace Deuce. And we was the first to be on a cable channel. They didn't have cable channels back then, but they had one in Alexandria that happened to be called the Jones Cable.
Sure was.
And our manager worked for him.
Yeah.
And he got us on there.
Sure did.
So we was on there, I think that's around 86.
86, yeah.
Yeah, so that told us our age.
We rode together that day, too. You remember that?
And we rode together. He always tell me that, yeah. Yeah, so we was on there for, ironically, a drug awareness program for the kids. Yeah, so come full circle. And I give you Fred Lazenby. I got it right.
My man, you got it right. You know why I did that, right?
Fred Lazenby, ladies and gentlemen.
Bet you never met nobody else with that last name.
Right. Hey, look, I struggle with it.
Everybody does.
Yeah, but that's my man. I ain't even gonna tell you what his nickname was back then, but we had to change it.
Yeah.
But we know we was kids. So anyway, the guy to his right, immediate right, man, this is a newfound brother, right?
Amen.
And ever since we met each other, we've been rocking with each other ever since.
Sure.
And that's been a little while. Yeah, this is not his first rodeo with the Man in the Mirror.
No.
I think we different studios. He done been to all the studios that dang near.
Right. That's a blessing.
Right? And now we do God's work together too.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He's the founder of Word Movers Ministries.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome.
Man, and just do an awesome job. It's, God anointed. I can tell you that, and
Amen on that.
because without the anointing,
Yeah.
you know the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I give you Quantrell Smith, also known as Pastor Q.
Amen. Thanks for having me. What's up? Amen. Amen.
So yeah, we gonna dive into it, man. This is a real powerful topic today, man. Talking about taking accountability. What I have experienced, man, over these last 23 odd years, man, of training, spiritual training, and being receptive to it. Because he always been training.
Yes, sir.
I'm just talking about me being receptive to it now. What I have learned is that it definitely starts with me and ends with me. It's three things in my life, and all of them has to do with me. Check this out. Either I did it, or I allowed it, or I respond in a negative fashion.
That's good.
Yeah, real simple stuff. Either I did it, or I allowed it, or my response was wrong. A negative response. Because stuff can happen in life without my permission, but it's how I respond.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I can start it off by saying, being in the classroom as a kid, man, kid was spitting spitballs in the back of my head. And so I knew it was. Because most kids wouldn't have did it. So I knew which one it was. And they back there giggling and laughing. So I finally got up, went back there and stole them. About the third grade, yeah. And I got suspended. Now y'all know my plea. Man, y'all ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
You hit me with the spitball.
Yeah. They said, well, why didn't you tell the teacher? Well, I was living by a different code.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't even said he did it or not. I just said started.
He wrong me.
Yeah. So but the point I'm making is it was how I responded. That was my part. How I responded. Now, most people might see this and say, well, what other way could you respond? But that's when I only knew that way. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't I come from the inner cities. I say inner cities. So there's more than one.
We had a couple of them out there.
Yeah, I had a couple of them that I came from our environments, right? But we had different belief systems. And some of them still, I still go with some. Like, for example, when I was doing wrong, if I got caught, I got caught. Did anybody else get caught? I ain't going to talk about they give me some Red Lobster and I get a bib and everything and start writing stuff down. Nah, man, yeah. I ain't never been on nobody's paperwork. That's me being accountable, man. When that's why I ain't rob banks, because I don't want the time to go along with the bank. So that being said, I had to get some new tools, man, but it all starts with me and with me. Then if I didn't want to worry about going to jail and stop doing crime. Huh? I wasn't a good criminal. If they keep getting you, and you keep doing, I've been a fine, she's been a ginger, maybe they need to give up the profession.
Sound like you ain't too good at it, right?
You ain't good at it. The object is to get away.
Right.
So I'm just using that as an example, man. But it started with me, man, and I had to address the core of everything to get better. And if I don't know how, it would behoove me to let somebody show me. Now I gotta tell you, my dad.
Yeah.
My dad retired from the city of Alexandria as a master mechanic. But he told me something, man, that was very vital. It was a spiritual principle too. He said, even though they called me a master mechanic, he said every year I would have to go to school, and some snotty nosed young kid would have to teach me about the new models.
Mm.
So I had to be humble and learn about the newer models. Because one thing about life is that as long as you stay alive, things gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to humble himself and go in there, learn about that. He knew about
Right.
the old Fords and Chevys. I gotta know about
St. John's spark plugs.
Right, right.
Yeah, points and stuff.
Yeah, they
that.
different now.
Yeah, electronics now.
Yeah. So he had to be receptive to learn. So it still started with me and with me. So guys, y'all can jump right on in. Enough out of me for now. Yeah, I just wanted to get the ball rolling, quarterback a little bit, or point guard. And we talking about accountability, man. How does that fall in into your life? And how does accountability kind of weave its way into your life?
Boo, based off the three things you mentioned when you first started talking, I picked up is that, accountability at first is about you owning everything. You have to own it. That's first being accountable. And you look at the definition of accountability up and say the state of being accountable.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
It's being responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you said something about, the things you did good, the things you did bad, and what you reacted to. But at the end of the day, a man has to be able to own all those things.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
You can't grow if you're not accountable. You can't live in this society. Yeah, there's some good things that go on, there's some bad things, there's some differences, there's some things that doesn't work in our favor. But when you land in prison or wherever you land at, as we all find out, the key to growth and not being able to repeat the same things is you have to somewhere, whether you believe this is a white man's world, whether you believe what type of control or whatever trap you believe in, to be able to grow and succeed, you have to own something. And people who don't grow are not accountable. You can't just say, there's liquor stores in my neighborhood, there's drugs in my neighborhood. You got to be accountable. You have to own something. You have to say, and owning things is taking responsibility for something. And that's how men grow.
Yeah.
If you show me a man who's not accountable, responsible, I'll show you a man that's blaming everybody else for why he's not where he's supposed to be. And that's just where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when accountable man is not even a perfect man.
No, we ain't never said perfect.
But people think, can I hold you accountable? Can you, not to go too much of the Bible, but that's what we do. When Adam and Eve did their fault with God came into the garden looking for Adam. And he said, Adam, where art thou? Now, we all know God is a knower of all things. Why would God ask a man, where was he, knowing where he was? He was talking about his accountability, responsibility. He knew exactly where he was physically. Mentally, where are you? And when he asked him where he was, what did he do? He blamed the woman. The woman blamed the serpent.
He actually blamed God, didn't he?
Yeah, and as I'm saying, he said the woman that you gave me.
Yeah.
So then God is looking for him to be accountable. All you gotta listen and say, man, this is messed up. But what he did, he blamed somebody. And then the woman he was with, she blamed somebody.
Yeah.
And he blamed
And
God.
nobody took
accountability. Nobody took responsibility. You know what? I messed up.
What did God ask him? See that I had to quarterback a little bit.
He
God
said, where are you?
Yeah.
Where art thou? You know what I'm saying? King James talk.
And then he said, what have you done, didn't he?
Yeah. At first he asked where was he at? Because the reason why he asked where he was is because normally when God would come to the God and he would greet him, he would run to him.
Run right to him.
He wasn't there. That's why he said, where you at? That normally, but that's just
behavior change.
Yeah, that's what sin does. Sin places us in a place where we feel like we can't come back to God no more. So when somebody does something, the first thing they do is run away from the church. They want away from God because they feel like God won't forgive them, or understand, or there's a thing of shame, of guilt, and those things that'll push you away. So he knew what he had done. Or in so many words, the Bible told me, he knew that he was naked. And he didn't want to do it.
He didn't know nothing about naked.
And the thing about and here's the thing about it, the key is that he was naked the whole time.
Yep.
And now, but he knows he's naked. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's what he said, basically who you've been talking to. But he never once gave any accountability and say, you know what, it was me. He blamed somebody else. And like I said, any man that's a man that I consider a man has owned everything. Men own everything. regardless if somebody did this or somebody did it, I own everything. I don't put nothing I do on nobody else. At the end of the day, you know, King David, one thing he says, Lord, I acknowledge my transgressions, my sins ever before me. You have to be able to acknowledge it. Acknowledge accepting responsibility to be able to be accountable and say, okay, many leaders, we watch football, we watch basketball. And the leader of the team, you'll always hear him say, you know what, I own this. The coach would come out and say, I own it. Coach ain't dropped not one pass.
Yeah.
Coach ain't throw not one pass. Coach, you get up and say, I own this one. Leaders own everything.
That's right.
You know, but losers put the blame on everybody else. If I had some help out here, you know, if he wasn't making this amount of money,
Yeah.
if I had some help, you know, winners do.
You
I
call
can
the
do
play.
better. A winner is always going to take ownership and always say he could have been better.
Yeah.
He takes the load.
Yeah.
That's what winners,
That's winners. Yeah, that's a winner.
Losers, they find somebody to blame.
You know, we talking, you know, this guy right here, we played for the same little league football team. There's a whole lot of pride in Charles Houston
Mhm.
recreation
Absolutely.
football, right? And I got a picture of the 4 major coaches
Mhm.
that coach the teams, right? And one thing you talking about accountability, that was they would never let nobody point a finger at nobody. And
Mhm.
like that was taboo.
And you know, being young,
Yeah.
we didn't understand the concept of accountability.
Right.
We had those 4 coaches
Right.
to kind of like, this is what
Your
you're supposed
job
to do. This is your job. This is your job. And as you grow,
Yeah,
you learn
it
more
makes
about
sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It didn't. It like in the beginning, he said, "Man, you miss a tackle, you run."
Right.
Then it was sometimes they said, "If you miss another one, all y'all run."
Yep. Because this is a message.
It sends a message. Yeah,
You know, I don't want to talk politics, but we're in a place in this world where a great percentage of Americans say this every day. Every day somebody blames Trump.
it's every day.
If you're blaming Trump, that's not accountability.
No.
Yeah.
no.
I mean, it's a good blame game,
Yeah.
but it's not accountability.
It's a good one.
Because my thing is that you have 24 hours, 365 days
So get up,
to get up,
plan your day,
plan your day,
do what you
and
have
do
to do.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, no man has that type of power to control the trajectory of your life.
See, and the
So
thing-
are there things done that he may have are doing to that you may disagree with?
yeah, that's life.
That's life.
Who gonna
We've
agree
been-
with?
You're not
Have
gonna
you-
agree with everything, but
Have you had a president you agree with all his moves?
I can't
All
think
his
of another
policies?
one.
Not
listen,
one.
That's what's
listen,
on
no
the
man is responsible for the failure, for my failure or my success.
That's right. That's right.
Because you know what I'm saying, we serve God and we know the history of God. We know what God can do. So I can't never put that on another man. I have to own it. I own it all. You know what I'm saying? I don't
I see
learned
you
to own
shared something.
things.
On that note, I gotta
Yeah.
piggyback on something you shared at the service one time.
Mhm.
You shared the fact that you know, that Pharaoh was used by God.
Absolutely.
So and me and him, we talked about this before you guys came
Mhm.
about the struggles that we go through is for our good, not for our to destroy us,
Right.
but to refine us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you talked about that, and that's what accountability is, man. Like when I go through it, why not me? You know, they say, why me?
Right.
Mhm.
Why not me?
Part of the
Right.
growth process.
It's part of it's,
Yeah,
it's
it
part of
is definitely.
and I know for a fact, man, that if you gonna purify any raw mineral like a diamond or gold,
Mhm.
man, the fire that it goes to
Yeah, refined furnace.
heat.
Yeah.
It don't even look nothing like a diamond when you first see it. It's like,
Yeah.
what is this in a rock? It's
Right.
stuck in a
Yeah.
side of a
you
mountain.
gotta get the
Yeah.
trough off.
Yeah.
They call it
Yeah.
trough.
Yeah.
Throw that piece.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get the impurities out of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
But the diamond don't say, "Get me out the fire."
Yeah.
The gold don't say, "Man, that's too high."
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically, man, that's being accountable, man. Because I gotta allow God to do His work in me.
You know the thing about it, boo. I learned in life too. You can't correct what you don't own.
Deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Deep.
If you never own it, certain things in life is done. The Bible says God chastises those whom he loves. You can't correct what you don't own. So if you don't ever own it, how can you correct it?
Exactly.
I mean, you can never get better. If you don't step and say, you know, man, that was my fault on that one. Okay, the reason why winners take responsibility because I know I can correct it.
Yeah.
If I own it, I correct it. But if I can sit there and blame you, that means I'm sitting here basically saying,
That's a good one. That's a good one. man.
I don't have nothing to change. Everything you could have did better.
Yeah.
And that's why I say we can't put everything on 47.
Can't put nothing on them because
Yeah, but every day, man, it happens.
Then God say, how can you judge another man's servant if he fall or if he rise?
Yeah,
It's unto God.
right.
It ain't us. Like man, what do a profit for me to sit around complaining?
Mhm.
Anyway, about anything.
That's
Either
That's
I'm
not
gonna do something about
accountability.
it. Yeah.
That's not being
accountability.
Complaint is not being accountable because you could somewhere along the line you could have done better. You could have done more, and at times you could have done less. Nobody want to talk about that. You know, I'm learning even in life now. Sometimes we do too much.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Got our
Sometimes-
hands in God's.
When you do too much, you're playing God.
Yeah.
And we do that sometimes. We try to overcompensate. We try to do what we feel should be done. You do
Let
too
go,
much.
let God.
Let go, let God. That's
You
it,
talking
man.
about a balance though.
And
Keep your hands
a
out
balance.
there.
But and I think it's proverb. God said that He loves a perfect balance.
Yeah. you talking
One
about a
thing
balance.
that we all struggle. I think we deal with as men is learning the balance of life.
Come
We're
on.
learning, when to give,
Yeah.
when to pull back,
Yeah.
when to help, when not to help.
We help too much.
Sometimes you help too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you help too much. You enable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You're not helping
because
at
you
all.
have, and I just read about this the other day. Sometimes you have helped so much that when you should help, you don't because you've been burnt from helping.
Go on, man. Go.
So you know what I'm
Where
saying?
that balance at?
Imagine helping a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? And then you get to a place where the person you need to help, you don't help because you've been burnt from helping. But you was helping out of your knowledge and wisdom. But then when you do supposed to help, you don't help. And when you do help, you're helping the wrong people. Is there a such thing as helping the wrong people? Yes, it is. It is. Or when I say helping the wrong people, or having the wisdom to know how to help. Because we don't know how to. Because perfect example.
Yeah.
So listen,
That's it right there.
at the temple, he said, when the man was asking for alms, they said, silver and gold we do not have, but that which we have, that what we give you in the name of Jesus Christ, rise and walk. Why didn't they give him money? Everybody else was giving him money.
Yeah, they gave him what he
They gave him something different.
much more
Yeah.
So
valuable.
what he
I'm at the
needed.
Wawa, I'm at the Royal Farm at the gas station. The guy said, man, you got 50 cents. Do I get a 50 cent or what else do I have to give? That's a balance.
Right.
Woman on the corner, sign says, I have 2 kids and I'm homeless.
Mhm.
My thought is the effort that was put into making the sign.
I know where you're going.
Because the same effort that's put into making the sign could have put a
Land
job application.
Yep.
Now
There you
you
go.
know what's funny?
Same ink.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sometimes
just where I applied the ink at, right, boo?
sometimes I be on the subway, right?
Right.
And I see that same sign with the
Mhm.
baby and all that.
Yeah.
And because I work in the field I work in, I have connections with the resources.
So
So
you know
I-
there's help. Yeah.
So I give them the resource.
They don't want the resources.
They don't want
No.
the resource.
And that, well, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
And
They want the
you see them on the
resources.
corner, and I feel for them. I really do.
Yeah.
But they asking for money. I say I can do one better. I can take you to get something to eat.
They don't
They
want
don't
that.
want that.
They don't want that.
So what are you gonna do with the money?
Yeah.
I already know what they're gonna do with the money.
Exactly.
And it really is not my business what you do with the money.
True.
Because really,
Yeah.
but I'm talking on the point that Pastor Q was talking about. I had the wisdom to know what type of help to give.
Mhm.
Like, because do I sustain you? The old saying, do I keep giving you a fish, or do I take you down to the water and teach you how to fish?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
when they told that man, when Jesus said, grab him, the blind man,
Mhm.
and bring him there, and they spit in the ground and did all that.
Yeah.
But when the man could see, right, now he can go fend for himself.
Yeah.
He couldn't see.
Right.
So now he can see. So now he ain't gotta go, he can't use that one no more.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah.
Now, the next, if you do it now from this point on, man, you ain't trying to do nothing. They said, man, don't work, you don't work.
Yeah, we need, yeah.
And especially if you're able to.
Yeah.
Now I can see, like, you know, God has showed me this. When they mentally disturbed, they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
Them the babies, right?
Mhm.
So they ask for something.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
with no hesitation,
Sure.
Mhm.
right? Regardless of what, right?
Man, it's a gut feeling for me.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a
we're
gut
not
feeling,
getting
yeah.
off the point.
Yep.
The point is about being responsible, being holding accountability. See, because it's my job to do what God had me to do. I don't know
First
what
and
it is
foremost.
all the
Right,
time.
right.
Yeah.
Like he was
Right,
talking about gut
right.
feeling. Actually, is the spirit moving.
Yes,
That's
God.
what it gotta be.
Yeah,
It's
I was
just-
going to
it's
say
just
that. That's
spirit,
God
yeah.
guiding you to
Man,
the
nobody
right
else
people,
can tell
the right
you
thing to do,
what God is
and
doing
when
with
to
you.
do.
Yeah.
See, that's another blame game. I can tell what God need to do for you. What he doing for you, he might not be doing in my life.
Exactly.
True that.
Well, you make a good point about, once you really get into these fields and you find out there's resources, and you find out there's shelters, and you find out when these holidays and all these organizations come out, they're doing turkey drives and food drives and gift drives. You find out that there is help for people.
Yeah.
And when you find about the resources, I hate to say this, but people want a certain type of help.
You're
And
speaking the truth.
yeah, they want a certain type of help because I'm offering you help, but that's not the kind of help you want. There are resources out here that people can take advantage of.
And I want the viewers to know this.
Mhm.
We're in the Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah.
I work in Washington, D.C.
Mhm.
And Washington, D.C. has the most help I have even, I
Resource, yeah.
I can talk about Google.
Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah,
resources.
it's so
So
many in
many,
Washington,
yeah.
D.C., man. So it's got to be the willingness, right? But the point I'm making is what is accountability for the individual, right?
Yeah,
Because
but-
we got accountability as being stewards, right?
Right.
Mhm.
But at some point, you can't carry a dead man around.
Right, right. That's true.
You got a person will have to be accountable because the work ain't always easy.
Yeah.
The work that need to be done ain't not, but it's doable because we sitting here with this panel, right? Now, Steve, he ain't go out in the streets,
Mhm.
pretty much,
Mhm.
Right.
probably had his own personal, battles and
Oh, yeah.
stuff, but he wasn't no street dude,
No.
right? But I was, Pastor Q, we had
definitely,
our
yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
Fred wasn't a real street dude, but he experienced some
Yeah,
of the
he's
same.
Some of my own
effects,
type,
yeah.
yeah.
And,
Wild Way
and the
Hub,
point the point I'm making is that everybody has their own battles, right? But they're accountable to when they want to do
Mhm.
better,
Mhm.
then they got to take accountability. Like you said, first I got to recognize,
Yeah.
then I got to take accountability.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know, I need to let somebody show me. That's why I bring that up on my dad.
Well, listen to this, right? This deep, right? So Jesus asked the man, "Do you want to be made well?" Right? And people say, "Well, that's a dumb question. Why would you ask somebody that's sick
Right.
that they want to be made well?" Believe it or not,
That's deep.
there is just as many benefits to staying sick.
yeah.
Oh man.
There's
Come on,
actually more benefits to stay sick.
They didn't
Then-
understand why Jesus asked them that.
Yeah, than there is to be made well.
Mm.
Because if I stay sick, I can be supported sick. I can use it as a crutch. If I'm well, I have no excuse.
Mm.
So the reason why people hold on to their sickness and their downfall, because you can get more people to support you that way.
Mm.
Listen, you are more compelled to give a man something with a crutch or a wheelchair than somebody has an able body. Believe it or not, the heart moves more for the wheelchair and the person that's crippled than the person who has a healed body. Because if I see a man that's all activation of his limbs, I'm wondering why he can't get up and do what I'm doing.
That's true.
But the individual that has the ailment,
We don't even think.
I don't even think it.
Mhm.
I'm just going to do it because I see
You need it.
he needs it.
Yeah.
So psychologically, you probably don't believe this.
That was a
I
good,
will be more beneficial to stay crippled.
Yeah, that, and
if
you
I
know
want to
what?
be lazy because I can
guarantee
get
you
more
nobody
support.
never thought of that one.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
because you
Yeah,
can
it's
get more
facts.
support and
It's
help that
facts.
way.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So basically, if I want to keep that state, everything I do in life, I lead with that in every conversation. And you'll notice when you talk to people, when they want you to accept them as they are without change, laziness, or not wanting to do better,
Yeah.
first thing they lead with is their condition.
Mhm.
Why they're this way, what has been happening to them, how their mother was there, how their father was there, how the kid wife wasn't there, people left them, all these things are happening to them. You know what they're doing? They're baiting you in to be able to accept
Yep.
where they are,
No self accountability.
no accountability.
Right.
And you'll never hear a person say, the reason why I'm here is because I did this, I cheated on my wife, I stole,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did this on my job. Nobody will never say that except the man who has accepted accountability.
Mm.
Everybody
Very
will
deep.
tell you what has been done to them. First date, interview,
Yep.
2-pack. Nobody tells you what they've done. When a person tells you what they've done, that's an accountable person.
That's accountable.
And that's the person I'm going to listen to. That's the person I'm going to be.
And be honest, that's the
Yeah.
beginning of growth.
Yeah.
Is taking accountability. So this is real. You know, it's the end of the year. You know, we only do Man in the Mirror
Mhm.
once a month, and you know, you might see the same panel members
Mhm.
because they're the panel.
Mhm.
You know, you might see a couple switch out here and there,
Mhm.
but normally you're gonna see these panel members, right?
Mhm.
Because this is not only, you know, information for the viewers,
Mhm.
it's also medicine for the panel.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah,
medicine for the
absolutely.
panel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And showing up is being accountable. You know,
Mhm.
just showing up. You know, I now we was talking about timing and all that,
Mhm.
but I'd rather show up late than not show up at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
dig it.
Huh?
Dig it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because life happens.
Life happens.
You
That's
know,
for sure.
life happens,
Yeah, it
man.
does.
But taking accountability, man. If I don't show up for something, I need to call. If ain't nothing, if I ain't in the
It's being
serious,
accountable.
yeah.
That
If I ain't
kiss don't
dead,
show.
I need to
Yeah.
call.
That's who we. You know the crazy thing about we in church and stuff. We become so cliche, right?
Yeah,
They say God may be late,
he always on time.
Always
son.
on time.
but God is always late.
But
I'm gonna
who
let me
saying
tell you
late,
why
late
God-
to us?
Yeah, he's late up, but the reason why the things are because God does not have a clock.
Right.
Come on, brother.
He doesn't own a watch.
Come
You
on.
don't do
So
time.
if you create time, why do you have a watch?
Right.
Think
Right.
about it. If you create, you have that watch because you don't create time.
Right. I have to keep looking to see what time it is.
Also, I create time that I don't live in.
You don't live in time.
God don't live in time, so there's no aging. That's what the Bible say. Now, favor everything happens right now for God.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible say. When you pray, believe you already received. It's happening right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So when people say I'm waiting for it to happen,
That's you.
that contradicts everything that's
But that's
getting
you.
read. Because the
Yeah.
Bible says when you pray, believe you've already received. So how do you waiting for it to happen?
Yeah.
It already
received.
happened.
Yeah.
And if God is giving it to you, God is not looking at a watch and looking at a date and a time.
You know, I
Yeah.
read something to my wife today, right on
Mhm.
what you're talking about, right?
Right.
And I looked it up. You know, Jesus, they wanted Jesus to go to Jerusalem or something, right?
Right.
For some kind of feast, right?
Mhm.
And he said, "Y'all go." He said, "I'm not going." Right? He said, "Because it's not my time. I have an appointed time."
Yeah.
Right? He said, "But your time is always."
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He said at the wedding too. He said, "Woman, my time is not yet."
Yeah.
Well, he said that as well.
Yeah.
He didn't deal in time. And what I think what happened is that even in the church, they, not to get off the subject, they teach this: it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The blessings are coming. But when you believe that blessings are coming, you can overlook what you already have. Looking for
Ooh,
something
yeah.
that hasn't even arrived
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
And then you tend to overlook. It becomes the syndrome of the eagle.
Yeah.
The eagle's greatest ability to me is his greatest default. And I'm gonna tell you why. He has the ability to see so far ahead,
Yeah.
but sometimes he can't see what's in front of him.
Mm. And you know,
Wow. You know what I'm saying? You can see-
to kind of bring
yeah.
us back in on that note,
Mhm.
because it all ties in, right? That's still accountability, man, because sometimes my accountability is to stay out of God's work.
Yeah,
A lot of
That's
no,
true for
all the
of us.
time.
yeah,
It's my job, man, to stay out of God's work and to have a relationship
Mhm.
that I be in tune when I can really understand what I'm hearing from him. Or for
No,
what I need
you're
to-
right, but when you stay out of his work, staying out of his work is allowing him to use you for his will
for his. That's right.
and not create your own.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So many, I meet a lot of people who on these platforms, and they say, "This is what I want to do for God."
Yeah.
Everybody has something they want to do for God, but nobody is doing what God wants them
Them
to
to
do.
do for him.
And it's two different things.
For you.
That's why the scripture say, "Not my will, let your will be done."
That's it.
Which you'll find out more as you grow. The whole time I've been doing things, I found out one time I've been doing everything that I thought I was supposed to do. I wasn't doing nothing that God wanted me to do.
Good.
And there's many people out there like you can find your whole life
Yeah.
doing what you think is right. The Bible said there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You can be doing everything that you think is right. And the whole time you go back and God said, I never asked you to do none of that. That's all on you. I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah. And I want the viewers to know this all ties into accountability.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
I want you to know this. This all because it's the individual.
Right.
And we not God. So that's the bottom line. We not God, but he wants us to be accountable for the things that he wants us to do. Now, because see, some of the things, like you said, sometimes he don't want us to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay out of it.
Yeah, it's like, so when we watch the news, right? I'm big on watching the news. And every time I watch the news and I see there was a shooting, a killing, or something, the first thing I do is I hear parents say things like, they need to make sure this area is patrolled. They need to make sure this is happening. They need to make sure it's this. Okay, yeah, but we need you to make sure when your kid walks in the house, he don't have a gun in his book bag. We need you to make
It's
sure.
your accountability.
Where's your accountability? I never had the accountability. There needs to be more police. Now, the era that no longer exists where your neighbor watched over you till your mom got there. And then, you know what I'm saying? That era that doesn't exist anymore.
No,
But that's when when they say it takes a village, that's when your neighbor felt accountable for kids, or a neighborhood felt accountable for kids that wasn't theirs. Now we're in a place where nobody's accountable. Them your kids, I'm mind my business. Listen, nobody liked the nosy neighbor, but the reason why things are the way it is because there is no nosy neighbor.
Hey, look, man, I'm just talking about that.
You need that. And believe it or not, the things that we hated were the things that help. You don't have now everybody, I'm just gonna mind my business. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Until it hit your home.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, then if that's the case, you have to be accountable. I'm not saying that to them young guys, they crazy. Then you got to hold yourself accountable because you had something to say and you didn't say it.
We was growing up, everybody in the community
could say something to you.
Say something to you.
Exactly.
It didn't have to be your mom, it had to be your dad. It could be somebody in that community, and they could spank you.
Yeah, they
and send you home, and they say, Miss Nelson, I spanked Steve because he was
we
doing
had
bad.
no cell phone, and I don't know how to do.
Yeah. And I didn't know
Some
there was
people
such
had no
thing
phone, right?
as a protective services back then. I didn't even know that existed.
Nah, I ain't never know that.
It's a
Call the
shame
police.
now. A lot
That
of
was
times
unheard of.
No.
we teach our kids to do these things.
We do, yeah.
As we coming up, we think they're young. They don't know what we doing. I'm still doing dirt. I'm doing this, and they're starting to learn. They see everything you do.
Yeah, because I mean,
I'm
as a kid, I
like
was
that. My son
in
learned how to cuss
households
from me.
Was I saying?
The music jumping,
exactly.
and it seemed like they was having a good time. They had
Accountability.
beer. They had the whole room smelled like marijuana.
And the young one sitting there smelling it, watching
And that comes
everything.
back to
and now
accountability.
they know it.
People are
Yeah.
watching,
Yeah.
and they.
So it starts with us and with us.
When you're accountable, you got people watching all the time, especially the young. My grandson, daughters, they're watching.
Based off the topic, and they were two things I might talk about, but the great late Michael Jackson, most prolific song was a song Man in the Mirror.
Absolutely.
That's where he says, I'm asking him to change his ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically in the whole song, he's taking accountability.
Yeah. That whole song's
He
accountability.
said you want to make a work better place.
Take a look at
yourself
yourself
and make a change.
Yep.
So basically, he would, and the way you do change things, It's not you get a whole bunch of people who think like you and go march.
That's right.
Accountability to say, you know what, I'm gonna be better today.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna do better today.
Absolutely.
You want to change racism? Well, you go out, don't be prejudiced.
Right.
That's how you change it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what in life, and this is a small thing. I've learned if I let more people over when I'm driving, when it's time for me to get over, people let me over. It's a small thing. It's a small thing of life.
Yeah.
But try it. Start letting people
Yep.
over.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying?
That
And
old,
be
that
patient.
old, that old.
And I'm gonna tell you,
seeds
it
plant.
comes right back.
The
Next
seeds
thing
you
I know,
plant.
when I need to get over 3 lanes,
Right, you
I
get
get
it
over.
in.
And guess why? Because I let people over.
Come on.
It's all,
So universe,
it's all how it works that way.
it's all how it works
Yeah.
that way. The universe always rewards you. It happens that way. But if I'm aggressive driving, cussing people out, this and that, guess what I get it from? I get that right back.
Same
Right
thing. Yeah.
And you ever listen? I
The
talk
old
to
reap
people.
what you sow.
You ever talk to people on the phone and hit them aggressive drive?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you think,
Oh yeah.
you ever think,
yeah.
oh, that's
What
not
just
happening
happened?
to me?
What?
Like,
you
what's going
driving?
on? You we was talking.
You
Next
just
thing you know,
went
you
off.
just
Yeah.
went on.
Wow.
Why that
You
don't happen to
driving?
you?
Yeah.
You know why?
You're not giving it out.
They don't give it out.
See, and I
know?
want y'all to know these are our own personal experiences, right?
Mm.
And they're learning tools because you're getting it, you know, accountability is, man, is like recognizing too, man, because if you're giving me the antidote to the issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have experienced it more and more and over, we're more like than different.
Mm-hmm.
We're humans,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So if you're telling me, man, this is what I've been doing and this has been working out for me, and you want in that area of your life that you've been having a whole lot of turmoil, maybe I should just practice what I'm learning from here.
You know what? It's funny, and I don't know what the situation with people. You know, as a pastor, you do marriage counseling, all that type of things, right? And when people say they're having an argument is full of 2 people not accepting responsibility or being accountable. An argument is somebody who wants to get their point across and everything. Now, what happens is the key to any argument or resolution for husband and wife, you go through whatever it is, you have to be able to accept something. Both people have to be able to accept, because if not, then it's going to you keep the argument.
Acceptance is the key.
And yeah, you have to be okay. You know what? I if you're talking to your old lady or whoever, you say, okay, yeah, I agree. I do that. That's something that I do. Okay. When you learn to accept it, and a lot of times when people are arguing, and men, and this is how we do, we process. You ever have an argument with your woman, somebody, and then on a car ride, you hear it differently. You say, yeah, I do that. And sometimes pride won't let you come and say, you know what? Yeah, I was listening. Because emotionally, I wanted to fight it. And people, women more so, have a great way of calling us out on what we do. And we hear it. And a lot of times, accountability, listen, hearing about yourself is probably one of the worst feelings in the world. It's aggravating, it's irritable.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? To hear a truth about yourself and to know that you have to accept
I don't
that.
do that.
You know, like that's not what I do.
Especially if you know it's true.
When you listen, and the thing
more you
about
push
it,
back,
I'll
the
tell
more
you,
you
know
do
it. You know it's true when you try to defend it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why are you being so defensive about that?
Yeah.
That ain't me. I don't do that.
And you're trying to defend it without a point
You're
or a
trying to defend
basis.
it,
You know,
exactly.
you're just
You're-
fishing around.
Why can't you own it?
Yeah.
You know, and that's, like I said, but it comes with a level of maturity, man. I
Yeah.
just think we all have to get to a place where you say, you know, I own something. I own that. I do that.
And you know, I'm learning, and I say I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like to accept, you know, one thing responsibility, right? And I'm learning, and it's been one of my shortcomings is that I don't have to get you to see my point of view.
Mm.
I don't,
Very
because
deep.
you know, even if I'm not trying to make you do something, you might not understand my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not I don't have the thing where I'm trying to make you do it, but I'm trying to make you understand. And every time, you know, the reality is I had to accept. That's why I said acceptance is the key. I had to accept that you might not even understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and
You
we
gotta
talked
learn
about
to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
To be able to do that, you know.
You might not understand it. You might not. This might not be something that you understand at this moment.
At that moment.
That's
Let it
true.
marinate.
That's true.
Yeah. Because guess what? I had times where I didn't understand stuff,
Yeah.
and people probably said, "Man, why you don't get it?"
A big portion, and I'm learning, a big portion of your life is not you learning about other things. It's learning you.
Learning you.
Once you learn you,
Yeah.
you understand a lot more things. That's why I tell people, you know, it is a selfish thing, but you probably need to spend a little more time with yourself. Because
and see, we can say these things, though.
yeah, it's the way you see things is wrong, though. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the perception.
And that's what I'm talking about. Everybody's perception, that accountability is the key, man. I have to say that again. Because I mean that acceptance is the key to all the issues. Because once I accepted this is where this person is at this time, you know, it relieved me a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Because I had to accept, man, look, I don't have to accept a person doing something to me. You understand what I'm saying? But I gotta accept that that's where their mind state is at that time. And then I learned how to maneuver.
You know, man, I'm gonna tell you what, this is crazy, right? All of us can look across the room and see that table, right?
I see it different.
But everybody can't read what it says.
Right.
Yeah.
Different perspective.
Based off your vision, how you see, you wear glasses.
Yeah.
I wear glasses. Oh, we all know what's there, but do you see what it says?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. How life is.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Your perception.
Yeah.
I see a table there. Okay, I see a table full of certificates. It's not the same thing.
Right.
Somebody come in, I just see a table.
You know, we got a window at work when I do the group in the morning, the morning group. And it's funny you said that, because when you look out the window, you can look over and it's a house with a porch that go all the way around it.
Right.
And then down there by Georgetown, we down by there, you can see it. It's a steeple, tall steeple. And then you see one of those poles they put up when COVID first. You see that? So when a person looks out there, I said, man, we're gonna have different. What's everybody gonna be different? What you see?
Right.
You know, and don't go by what he said. Go by what you see.
Right.
Describe what you see. And even in the definition of describing, even if they talking about the same steeple, right?
They're gonna see something different.
Everybody's
Come on,
interpretation
man. Come on,
be
man.
different. Yeah.
If they get honest. See, because the honesty is one of the key things to this acceptance piece too.
It comes all back to accountability.
Yeah, I gotta get honest, man. If I do it, you know, because I gotta be open, right? If I'm taking, if I'm taking accountability, right? So if you say, man, look, man, as your, you know, buddy, as your people, well, we say it any kind of way, your friend or whatever. Look, man, you do that, man. And like you said, man, I gotta say, hold up, I have been doing that.
Yeah.
That's why I've been getting the results I've been getting, because I've been doing this.
Well, you know, the thing about life is that's why it's hard to find good men, good people. I always tell people, one of the worst movies I believe was written and people talk about is Thelma and Louise.
I never really seen it too.
Thelma and Louise both drove off a cliff together.
Yeah.
and I'm thinking that how can two good people both drive off the cliff together? Nobody held them one accountable. No one was able to talk each other.
That's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea. Yeah. So basically, I hear women refer to themselves in Thelma and Louise. Yeah. I don't want a friendship like that ever. Me and the person I'm in the car with, we both go off the cliff.
Yeah. So
that's not
this is our relationship.
Yeah. So basically, when I see things happen in life, right, and I see a mass shooting, or I see any type of shooting, any type of violence, the first thing I think was, who was the last person they talked to on the phone? Yeah. That's my thought. That's just how I think. That's how my mind works. Like before you, because I know when I do something, I call somebody and I run it by somebody, and I want to know before you shot 2 people and wounded 9, who were you on the phone with? That lets me know that you probably didn't talk to anybody,
Nobody.
or somebody didn't hold you accountable.
Can
boo.
I
Go ahead,
say
go ahead.
can I
Talk
say
about
something? Because you just said
Yeah.
something, and then I'm gonna give it back to you what I was saying. I hope you get to me as a friend, right?
Right.
See, I learned, man. I learned this. I
Mhm.
can't expect people to be me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we talk about that perspective
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
The way I view things and the way I may handle the situation,
Right.
man, they might not do it, man. They just might not do it. And guess what? And you said it from the beginning of the segment, that man, that don't mean we do everything right. Because
No,
we sitting
no,
here
no.
talking about this topic,
No.
man. We still got everybody at this panel has some growing to do in certain
Oh,
areas,
definitely.
man.
We're gonna
Always
grow
room
until
for
the
growth.
day we die.
What I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Always
tell
room
you,
for
man,
growth.
before King David's son raped his sister, which is his daughter, King David's daughter, he talked about it to his other brother, or to his friend.
Okay.
And his friend came into agreement with him. Said, yeah, well, if you want her, this is what you should do. So what I'm trying to
What
tell
kind
you
of
is
friend,
that,
right?
yeah,
That's what you're saying.
a big part of this is why, believe it or not, you have been more responsible for acts and accessory to acts that you don't even know about because you didn't hold somebody accountable.
How
What
about
I'm
this?
trying to say, if somebody called you
Yeah.
and said, man, I should go over here and go upside somebody's head. As many times you said on the phone, you didn't say nothing.
And remember,
You
I
didn't
said
talk
start
somebody
with
out
me.
of something.
Yeah.
We said start with me,
Start
end
with
with
me,
me.
end with me. Yeah,
Guess what
yeah.
I found out?
Uh-huh.
Before I met my wife, right?
Uh-huh.
I found out something about it started with me, right?
Right.
And I wonder why these relationships was always, right? Just even having the woman to hold me accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just one part of it. But when I was cutting up, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I found out once I've been on the spiritual journey on the last 23 years, right? That my picker was broke. Huh? My picker was broke.
Yeah.
Just because I'm getting better in one area don't mean that I'm still making bad choices in another area.
Listen to this.
Never
Listen to this.
did
Check this right. One of the biggest documentaries right now going on TV is Netflix. This is the documentary about Diddy.
Oh yeah, they got a documentary?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's one of the it's the most popular thing on right now. People
Probably,
talking
yeah,
about
I'm
it.
pretty sure it is.
The crazy thing about the documentary, right? There's many people coming forth that's telling you what he did wrong. I didn't hear one person on the documentary say they went to him and told him he was wrong.
Yep.
Not one.
That one.
Not one.
You know why? He was a billionaire.
Mhm.
And you know why? Nobody wanted to lose their spot.
Come on.
But now
Come on.
everybody's coming out talking about what he did wrong. Nobody.
Mhm.
But they can't do nothing for him.
Yeah, he's down.
Now that he's down, they talking about
Don't
the
need
wrong
him
he
no
did.
more.
Yeah.
Why nobody went to him and said what he was doing was
Wow,
wrong?
it was this
On his
wrong
team.
was
So with no
occurring.
friend. Because his picker was broke too.
Yeah.
Diddy picker was broke.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
people he
But
was picking,
Yeah.
he didn't pick a person that would hold him accountable.
Right.
He picked the people in his life.
That's a good
Subordinate
point.
and
Yeah.
subliminal. to
So it
him.
had to go back to the individual.
so it's yes men. It go back to that
Yeah, he
topic.
picked a whole bunch of yes men.
You choose. So basically, yeah, it's up to you to choose people who hold you accountable.
That's right.
You know, that's why, believe it or not, that's why when the
Mhm.
Bible tells a man never go anywhere by himself, he says take someone with him.
Mhm.
Man shouldn't go into a woman's house by himself.
Right.
Take another man. Like
What he
he's held
sent
accountable.
what Jesus sent him out.
Send them out in twos. But think about it. But that's why, if in recovery, even if you're exercising or anything in life, you need what they call an accountable partner. And to a man, a lot of times that's his wife. Before your wife, it may be your mom, might be your dad.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's your kids that hold you accountable. Do you know that in life, you tend to do better if you have somebody holding you accountable?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect example.
Absolutely.
If you got kids at home, 9 times out of 10, you're going home. You got a dog at home, 9 times out of 10, you got to go home.
Got something to be
You got
accountable.
somebody waiting for you at the gym, 9 times out of 10, you probably gonna go there to meet them.
You didn't spot it.
You got bills. You got bills. You know what keep you accountable to? Your bills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They don't pay themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Come
need
every month.
something that gives you that incentive
I
to
like
stay in your lane and stay between the lines. If you don't have that, you're liable to fail.
that.
That's why the
Very-
woman was given to the
Very.
man. The woman was given to the man to keep him accountable.
It's good stuff there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's-
and the best thing you'll learn in life is that find people, be around people that hold you accountable. Somebody to say, you know what, man, I don't care if you don't buy me lunch no more, do nothing else for me, man, you wrong. And guess what happened? You get mad at him. You don't talk to him for a few days. Then you call him back. You say, you know what, man? I'm just coming. I guess my bad.
And then check me
That's
out.
somebody like,
But I gotta first of all,
keep
I
agreeing
gotta
with
be open because if I'm closed to correction, right? I got accountability. I had to be open for correction, man.
Oh, yeah.
How can
And
I
that's
grow
why
from that?
my
open to
circle of
correction?
friends, the
Yeah.
older you get, the
Yeah.
more mature you get,
Yeah,
your circle of friends gets
it gets
smaller.
smaller.
smaller,
Right.
smaller.
Those are the
smaller.
ones you can go to. They can
Yeah.
tell you, look,
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't have no problem with that because you know who you can go to. They know that I can go to them.
And like he say, it gets smaller because you start to see the value in it.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, your whole life is one tryout for practice. It's like we did when we used to play football and
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
And you're trying people out.
Yep.
And then
They
Then-
will eventually weed
then you-
themselves out.
they weed themselves. Then you make
Yourself.
cuts.
Yeah.
And you make
Mhm.
cuts.
Make cuts.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Everybody don't make the team.
Special forces. I call them special
Yeah,
forces.
everybody don't make
I
the
call
team.
you know how we I call them
guess
special
what?
forces.
And it's not even because it looks or what they had. It's your team, and you learn from your team, your goals, your priorities, what you need, and you find people who, when I say love you, people that love you tell you about yourself. People
Truth.
who
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
will not.
Yeah.
You're whoever is telling you about you every day loves you,
Yes, sir.
and
And
it
they
doesn't
ha-
feel
and they-
good.
they happy for you.
Mhm.
It's a two part of that coin, right? It's
Yeah.
always two parts of
It's
the coin.
always
Everything.
They happy and they would cheer you on when you're doing right, but they hold you accountable when you start to veer off the path.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's true.
That's what
true.
you need.
Yeah,
You need
that's,
that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that's
you
the
need
people
that.
that
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
have in my
You
life.
need real friends.
You know, that's
Yeah.
why, you know,
Real friends.
that you guys right here, you know, I don't see Steve as much. I don't
Mhm.
talk to Steve as much.
Mhm.
But from this point on,
But
you know,
he can get on the phone.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
but like, you know, since me and him hooked back up,
Mhm.
we talk,
Yep.
text or something,
Mhm.
and
Stay
me
in
and Q, we talk
communication.
all the time.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what though? What we find out in life is the older we get, we some people believe if we're not talking, there's an issue. What we give as men,
I
I
don't
may
have
not
to see my
talk to
friends
you
every day.
in
I don't have
6
to talk
months.
to them
Right.
every day.
Get on the phone with you, we can pick right back up.
Like
Right,
Right,
back,
right,
right
right,
back
right.
where we left
You
off.
know?
Yep, yep.
But people who have them little issues, I don't talk to you for a few weeks or like something you posted. Next thing you know, I'm unfriended.
Yeah.
I'm acting funny.
No, what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
We just living. That
Yeah.
would change.
But
Instead of
you know,
saying, man,
and-
I didn't like what you did.
Exactly.
Man, you're
But how about
wrong,
this
oh,
though?
man.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
this?
Break
Man
this
up.
down. Yeah.
You're training. Like, you know, these are core values, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like it's core values, man.
Mhm.
You ain't gotta call me every day
No.
for me to be,
No.
be cool. It's some dudes. I went to
Exactly.
the funeral today, right?
Mhm.
And sent my heart out to the Will Hearts, man. You know, from Alexandria,
Sure.
man, family, man.
Mhm.
And their pops passed away.
Okay.
And some people I seen, I ain't seen in a long time. Man, it was like, man, it was a joy when
Pick
we
right
seen
up.
each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, or some people I see on a pretty consistent basis.
It's unfortunate you have to see him at a funeral.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
we,
right,
but
right,
look, man,
Right. I know
we
circumstances.
almost put somebody down to give each other a hug.
Oh yeah.
So the point I'm making is, man, when I'm accountable, right,
Mhm.
then most of the stuff in my life, man, is stress free.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is, man, because like, you know, I learned, man, if a person can't control you, they don't like you. And it don't bother me because you're not gonna control me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not if I make the mistake, it's because that's my error. But I'm teachable. I'm
Mhm.
approachable. See, these things, this is why I say it's my error. I'm teachable and approachable though. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that a person can come to me and say, hey, look, boo, man, that I think that was a bad move you made on that decision.
Right. Right.
I said, man, let me look at that. You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because we start to know each other's heart.
Mm.
That's the kind of people when you get around
Mhm.
They-
those people,
they-
you start to know each other's heart. So I know it was no malice when Q did that.
Right. Right. Right.
Just probably a bad
Mhm.
decision. And most times the bad decision come from trying to have a good heart.
You know, Boo,
It's true.
Key, going back to this real quick, two scriptures that lead you to accountability. You know, the Bible says, forgive men their trespasses. Forgive me my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me, right? But then he goes back, next scripture, he says, listen, if you don't forgive other men their trespasses, neither will your Father in heaven forgive you your trespasses.
Mm-hmm.
What is really saying, it ties into this. How can you hold somebody accountable when you're not? That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
How can you be blaming somebody for not being accountable and you're not even accountable? So he says, I will forgive you for not being accountable when you do the same thing. In order to be forgiven of not being accountable, you have to forgive somebody of not being accountable.
Talked about that. Yeah.
So first and foremost, something that God is telling you to release or forgive, something that you're holding, because that's what he did for you. And it probably can't exchange because it's basically a wash. He's basically saying, I'll forgive you if you forgive. Yeah. And you have to understand that, because you'll never know what he feels like if you don't do it. And you'll never be able to understand what you've done to him if you don't do it.
Yeah. Y'all hear that out there, man? This is some jewels tonight. This is some jewels, and so we sitting here chopping it up. We ain't forget about you, but this is how it gets on here. This is organic, man. Yeah. This is not scripted. No. Anyway,
freestyle.
It's freestyle. You know, but it's still in the pocket, like we say. Yeah, we still in the pocket, huh?
Yeah.
Because man, accountability is a hell of a topic, man. It's a hell of a topic, and it's basically, like we said before, it's a term to man in the mirror. It's a foundation to what this whole show is about.
Yeah,
taking accountability, man. It's more than just saying I'm wrong.
Oh, a lot more to it.
It's way more than just saying I'm wrong.
More.
It's many things that I had to be accountable for.
Fix it, learn from it, pass it on. Especially in my case, I deal with a lot of youth, and I have to be accountable because they're looking at me like I ain't gonna say I'm a god, but that's how they look at me sometimes.
Yeah,
you know, and I just need to be there for them.
You the example.
Yeah, exactly.
You their hope,
right? And I tell these young guys, I say, man, your action is gonna either make you or break you.
Tell us about the youth that you work with.
Yeah, I mentor a couple of kids at the school, George Washington Middle School, if I can shout them out.
Okay, GW. I went there.
GW,
I went to all the junior high school.
I was there
We
with
moved a lot.
Yeah, I was there together.
Man.
You know, I just, and I enjoy doing it because it's not only for them, it benefits me as well.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I pick up one of my mentees on Thursdays. I picked them up today, you know, and we have a chat, talk about school or whatever. And strangely enough, we talk about accountability. I say, who would you account for today? Who you account for today?
Yeah.
Well, this is a young kid in my class. You know, he was having a bad day. You know, I went up and talked to him, and I told him that everything gonna be all right. So that's all he probably needed to hear. You know, you know, they was messing with him about his clothes. Sometimes his clothes are not clean and stuff.
Right.
But he went up to him and said, "Don't worry about what they tell you. Don't worry about what they say about your clothes. You're fine." And that's all that sometimes these kids, that little nugget. Got that kid maybe through that day, maybe through that whole week. You know, but I think mentoring is so important because growing up, I had a lot of people pouring me, and it's a way to give back. You know, not because I want to, I really need to. You know, and it's a joy, man. You see these young kids, man, and they all of them like this. You know, they don't know how to greet you. You know. They don't even know how to talk to you, can't hold a conversation, you know? And I think it's important, as far as I'm concerned, you can have AI and all this high technology, but AI can't do an interview for you.
Right.
You know, you can't walk into a job looking for a job, and you can't have AI say, do my interview for you. You know, you have to face a person face to face.
That's accountability.
Yeah. So, And it starts, I think for me, it starts at the ground level. You got to get these kids, man, talk to them. And the most important thing for me is to listen.
I don't think we got a caller.
Okay.
We got a caller. Hey, is this you? Who is this? This is Man in the Mirror Show.
Blue.
Hello?
Yay, what's up, bro?
Speak up, man. Speak up.
Can you hear me? I'm talking loud. I'm loud as there can be.
Huh?
Huh?
Nah, we gotta turn you up a little bit. Hold on. So yeah, it's just tell her who you are and what's your statement. Now I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, this Kurt.
Kurt,
Oh, we live. This Kurt, boo. Kurt Haynes.
You on the show, man. You're not just talking to me.
Okay. I see all y'all up there. I see my main man up there on the left.
Yeah. So who are you? You on the show just for the viewers, not just for me and you.
A young black man that you call family. A good conscious man, whatever, can and ready to build anytime what y'all building on.
Yeah. Hey, we talking about accountability, Kurt.
Oh yeah, I seen that. See, accountability don't mean just of things we do. Even where you at, that'll get you out of a lot of problems too. My accountability, I'm at home right now. That's accountability. Because when you learn a system, you're gonna be accountable at. Either you're gonna learn accountability of movement, you got 10-minute move, you better be somewhere. But if I know I'm at home, you can't prove me guilty on nothing. If I'm at home, you can't prove me guilty on nothing.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I like y'all conversations. Y'all talk sense. That might be the new topic tonight, sense.
Hey man, love you, man.
Real talk.
I told you, look, I seen Kirk today earlier. So I told him I was he had the little blazer on, the black blazer. I told him I was gonna wear the blazer for the show tonight in honor to him. I just look, cause we family, and Kirk came underneath us, right, young. Mm-hmm. So he watched. I said, man, that's something I would do. Put the blazer on like that. Yeah. I said, I see he had the jeans and the blazer and the tennis shoes. I said, yeah. Hey, look, man.
We gotta switch up.
We appreciate your statement because that's true. Sometimes accountability is true.
Oh, definitely, man. Accountability, that even the conversations that y'all getting out of YNs, I don't even like to calling them people that YNs because we calling them a young nigger. And we don't even like the word calling our black men niggas. So I don't even know why they call them YN. You just abbreviating a word we don't like. But anyway, that's what we got to teach them too. Accountability. Even if you at work, you're accountable, bro.
Yeah.
They can't find you guilty of nothing if you're accountable where you're supposed to be. Not where you want to be. Because where we want to be, we end up being where we don't want to be. Humble. I've been places where I ain't supposed to be, end up being where I should.
In the beginning of my journey, man, I had to allow people. One thing I had to be accountable for is being teachable. I had to allow people to show me how to live because the evidence was that I didn't know how to live because I stayed in trouble. So I had to allow somebody to kind of guide me. Like this man said, he mentored a kid. That kid got to be open to that mentor. Absolutely. So I had to let somebody guide me, right? Okay. So what happened, you talked about what we want, right? So what happens in this process, and I tell you, I only talk about my experience. Mm-hmm. What happened in this process was I had to do what I need to do till my need to do became I want to do.
That's a plus. Is my man Q still there?
Yeah, he right there. There you go. That's Kurt. Your man.
What's up, Kurt?
Okay, I ain't looking at it. I'm just saying, Q. That's my man. Love him like my brother. You know that. Hey, Q. Being as though you were saying accountable, because I took it to another accountable, but we do got to have people that going to have you accountable. The person that changed my life in this real talk, Q, was, guess who it was? Babu don't know him by this name, Quick.
Yeah.
That's who was my person that kept me accountable. That's where I'm at today because of him. And who we talking about, Boo, is Basie.
Mm-hmm. Who? Stacy.
Basie.
Basic. Oh yeah, that's my main man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basie used to come see me, Q,
Uh-huh.
and I end up with him.
Mm.
That's funny, ain't it? Used to
Yeah,
bring my
yeah.
daughter to come see me, and we won't be talking as brothers now because of that. But long story short, he still keep me accountable and keep me straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Despite what we went through, like y'all was just talking about, you got to have somebody to keep you accountable. I've been home, 20, how long I've been home 20 some years now on that note, which y'all was talking about.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's real
So,
talk. That's real talk. Y'all get real talk tonight.
Absolutely.
Accountable, a big
to have
word.
consistency, you got to be accountable.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have consistency, being accountable, you're gonna fall back into that pattern because that's what you know.
Mhm.
I tried it. My grandson just came in the room, but I wanted to hear him to talk about when y'all was talking about yes men. See, all that go in the same circle to being a yes man. You'll get accused of something, Q, that you don't know nothing about because you ain't got nobody to have you accountable. They're gonna tell you, man, you ain't supposed to do that. But when we get in the inside, we get a lot of brothers to help young brothers. That's a fact, though.
Yeah, Kurt was saying something.
There's a lot of brothers in there that's older.
Another part of accountability we're talking about work is the other side of it is can you be counted on?
Yeah.
That's the other side of
Yeah.
accountability is being able to be counted on. So basically, when somebody hire you to do something, job, contract, or whatever, and the people say, I'm a man of my word. A man of my word means I'm an accountable man.
Show me.
I mean, God is accountable.
Yeah.
He said, my word shall not return to me void.
Yeah.
You said, hey, can you guys be here at 7? We're here.
Yeah.
That shows accountability.
I just got an award with you on that note.
Yeah.
I got an award because me and him was talking about. I told him one thing my dad did tell me. He said, "Man, if you're on time, you're late."
Yeah.
And so I got an award just the other day for my attendance, man. I've never been late. I've been there the longest. Who does the job that I do, and I've never been late. And that's the grace of God. But it's being accountable because if it was a time I could have been late, I still would have called. I would still been accountable. So I ain't saying I can't.
Oh, that's
be late,
me.
but I did what this man said he did because he got here the first person, right? He said because I took in account the traffic. He said traffic might be thick. I take into account that it's super thick, so I'm gonna leave early.
Man, accountability and to be able to be counted on is probably one of the most overlooked talents in the world because believe it or not, you ever hear the phrase, all you got to do is show up?
Yeah.
It doesn't
That's
take any
it.
talent. It doesn't take knowledge.
That's even your word, Q.
Biblically,
That means you gave your
God is
word. That's
asking
all we
other
got.
people to show up and let him do it. No gifts, no talents. Being able to just get there and arrive. And that's why people say,
Nineveh.
yeah,
If
if you could
just go to Nineveh,
if you could just get there.
I'm gonna do the work.
Just get there.
You ever been to a place like you said, man, all I gotta do is get there.
Yep, I said that.
Man, do you know Moses just showed up?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. All you gotta do is
all the stuff God did.
Exactly. You just got listen. You say I could just got man. Listen, I've been out drinking on it. I just got to get to work. If I could just get there, that's that.
You ain't worrying about lunch, eating, or none of that. You just need to get there.
I know people that got all the talent in the world can't get there. I know people who have less talent than them and know how to arrive. But they're there. And guess what? The most talented people are not the most consistent ones.
I know that.
Well, I'm talking to talent now, and if y'all don't know, but I'm gonna leave on that note. But I'm talking to a guy that's talent. Very, I think. But the talent you got now is the best, Q.
Yeah, I already know what you're talking about, Kurt.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
man.
I
I
know what
I talk to Boo all the time about you, man. He'll tell you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I never seen it, but hey, brothers, I'm glad y'all put me on that call, man. Y'all keep shining, brother, because y'all be getting up.
Right, Kurt,
Y'all talk
much
sense.
love, Kurt.
Appreciate you.
Much love. All right, brother.
Yeah, old Kirk tell me about you all the time, man.
Yeah.
And
Kurt tell me that music,
and that's
man.
the kind of people, man.
From
you know,
Alexandria?
Yeah, Kirk Haynes.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, Goon and Kirk.
Yeah. Me and Kurt was in federal prison together in Cumberland. That's when me and Kurt met. He met me at the time when I was playing basketball and doing rap and all that. And, you know, gauging on that's what they thought it was gonna go for me. And that's what I was looking to do. And anybody that know me know I never ever wanted to be a pastor. I can't sit there and say I never wanted to be a
But
pastor.
you didn't see that.
Yeah, but and the thing about it is
We call
that
you.
that's what I'm
God
supposed to
intended
do.
for you to be a
Exactly.
pastor.
Exactly.
See,
I
that-
want to do
you
something
do what you're
different. You know,
supposed to
I'm
That,
doing
that, that's in line with
What you
what
were
we
talking
talking
about
about
earlier.
Yeah.
We talking about, man, that God planned it better now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes, like he'll take the talent, like I talk about, man, me running the streets. I was faithful.
Yeah.
When I was doing it. I was 10 toes in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for God to take me from that to where He's guiding me now, down this different path,
Man.
right? He did it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But I had to be receptive
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for the change.
Yeah.
The change never happened. Don't think I just got it the first time. It took me 7 years to really surrender.
You got it.
It takes some trying.
Surrender
and
to
trying
the
again.
way He wanted
Yep.
me to do it. Now,
Mhm.
the avenues He sent me, that was just the vehicles He used.
You had to go through that path.
I had to go
Right.
through that.
Yeah.
But I had to be receptive.
Yes, sir.
So until I
That's the key
surrendered
there.
to His way and not my way,
Mhm.
Being
nothing
receptive.
started changing. That don't mean right when I surrendered, everything changed. It was a process.
Oh yeah. Everything's a process.
Mhm.
The number one thing that had to change first for me, I had to leave the substance alone.
Mhm.
And all the way.
Mhm.
I had to get to the point with no selling it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I had to get to the point, definitely from the beginning, no use. Right? And then I had to learn other coping skills.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because basically the lifestyle is a coping skill.
Mhm.
So I gotta learn different coping skills. But
All new
how am I
stuff.
learn it unless I have a teacher?
Come on.
I had to let somebody teach me, man.
Mhm.
And I can't say that enough. Being accountable sometimes, man, is just being receptive to change.
Mhm. Got
You're
one.
saying a lot
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
bro.
if you
Yeah.
talk about like you talking about somebody who come from where you come from, feel hurt the way you hurt, and now they live in a productive lifestyle. And they say, man, look here, man, I can show you how I got through.
Mhm.
You ain't got
Right.
you ain't gonna have the same exact path,
No.
Right,
but
right.
but the mechanics is the same.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm
Same
saying? You
process.
ask anybody, you talking about him playing basketball.
Right, right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anything you
You didn't see
do,
pastoring at all.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Anything
So
you
we be
do-
watching on TV.
you gotta learn
Yeah,
the
exactly,
fundamentals.
But now we watching on TV in a different sense. How
It's
about that?
still
In a
same
better
TV,
sense,
exactly,
though.
right?
How
Yeah.
about that?
Still the same talent.
It's the same time. Yeah. Oh,
God
Kurt was
he
saying.
sends avenues and
Yeah.
ways for you to make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Mine
Still
was-
winning.
Mhm.
Life was going through some changes,
Yeah.
man. He sent me to a counselor.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of men got a stigma about going to see a counselor,
Yeah.
especially
Right.
men of color.
It's
Come
like-
on, brother, you hit it right there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm looking both ways with the glasses, the mustache, make sure
Yeah.
nobody see me. Right? I'm going in. The counselor's gonna help me to fix my marriage. You're gonna teach her she's doing wrong. Them people in there, you know, blah blah. There. Hey, man,
Everybody
I
said
go in
you.
there, and she jumps on me. You doing this? You doing that? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I'm pulling a leg, shucking and jiving for
Mhm.
about 3-4 months, right? And then one day I go in there, I'm mad, you know, and I just let it all out. And she said, "You know what? I'm glad you stopped bull jiving me. Now you're telling me the truth.
Now you
Now we
talking.
can fix you."
Good
She said, "The
Johnson.
first day you came in here, I thought you were gonna bite my head off."
Yeah.
Huh? Me? You know, and I didn't see that. I didn't see the monster I had became, you know, blaming everybody else for my shortcomings
Yeah.
and things of that nature, you know. My drinking, I'm an alcoholic because of so and so. My ex-wife did this, and
Just
blah
talking
blah.
about
The
that.
kids made and still I said
The
that
blame
I
game.
did
Blame
that,
game,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I picked the liquor up and
Yeah.
all that, you know. And
Get
then,
your
then
own
God
elbow.
led
Yeah.
me to AA.
Yeah.
Then my sponsor helped me. You know,
Yeah.
he sends the right.
But you
people,
got
man,
open
to
there.
help keep me
You started letting
accountable.
people help you.
Exactly. When I had somebody, what you doing, man? You drinking? Keep me accountable. And I got through it, got over it. You know, through the grace of God.
Amen.
And it's a process. Like you say, Boo, it happened overnight.
Mhm.
I had to start over several times
Yeah.
and this and that.
Everybody
But,
see some,
but I was trending the right way.
like it's all to the individual. That's why we say the man in the mirror.
Right.
I know several people, but by percentages, it's only several people that got it on the first try. Yeah, but it's doable too.
It is.
So
It
for the
is.
people, just maybe your first time, you could do it. You could. It's a lifestyle change,
Absolutely.
and part of my lifestyle don't consist of using those 7 drugs.
Exactly.
That's today. That ain't part of my lifestyle.
You know, I want to speak on what he was talking about for somebody out there. You know, the first step to change your recovery feels shameful.
You talking about repentance?
I got
It's
sick
the
and
same.
tired of
It's-
feeling
it's-
sick and
it's-
tired.
But the thing about what he was talking about, the moment you make that first step to recovery or to change, there's shame that you feel.
Yeah, you
And
can't feel
people-
good about what
yeah,
you're doing.
and the thing
and
about
what you become.
but even encourage looks weak. Courage. I'm gonna tell you what. The first steps of courage make you look weak. Because listen, I'll tell you what. If I tell you to go apologize to someone, it's the greatest step to courage.
Yeah.
But the feeling you feel to go do it makes you feel weak. And
But
somebody
you gotta
say,
be vulnerable.
"Yeah, I need you to be the bigger person."
Yeah.
Being the bigger person feels like the weakest thing I can do.
And it's not. See, and
It's
that,
not.
and that
It's just, but that's what I'm saying. It's the feeling. But actually, it's the most courageous thing that you can do.
It takes courage.
It takes courage to do that.
A lot of courage.
But it feels like it's the weakest thing for me to do.
See, and what you're talking
what I'm
about,
saying?
man, you're talking about, man, a belief system change. See, my old way of thinking, man, that would be
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right,
But by the
right.
new, I found out
Right.
stuff like what he's saying.
Mhm.
That those are the characteristics that I need.
Right,
Those
right.
they're the ones that make me stronger.
And what's really strong and what's really weak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You a sucker if you gotta use something to deal with feelings. See, I thought that was cool at one time.
Mhm. I did too.
But for real,
I did too.
for real, what we thought was thorough stuff was sucker stuff.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
right.
for example, if you gotta sneak around and do crime, it's a sucker move.
Come on now.
Mhm.
Because if you thorough, you don't need to sneak around.
Mhm.
I'm just being straight.
Right. No,
Right,
you tell,
right.
you
If
tell
you
it like
thorough,
it is.
you don't sneak around.
Yeah, you tell it like it is.
Yeah. Because you see all the tough Tony talk, and they say I hold court in the street. How can you be hold court in the street when you down low?
Yeah.
Hold court in the street mean I ain't going no penitentiary.
Mhm.
Y'all gonna have to hold court right here.
Right, right.
And I heard a lot of people used to say that, but then they in jail.
Mhm.
See, because man, our belief system, man, Van is taking sucker stuff. But we thought that they was thorough.
Mhm.
That ain't thorough. It's our belief system, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Belief system. Let
It's
us
our
believe
belief
it.
system, man.
It's
See, listen, another thorough thing is man being vulnerable to the fact that man, I hurt, man. I hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
deep
Yeah.
there, bro.
Yeah.
That is
A lot of
Take it
men
back.
won't say that.
Yeah.
admitted.
You
At
know,
least.
Mhm.
they come back violently or want to
Or to
swear
tell,
at
or
you
to tell
whatever
you,
instead of saying,
or
man,
to
that
tell
hurt
you,
my feelings.
man, you know what,
You know?
man,
Hard to
I
say.
cried last night.
Right.
Right, right.
Huh?
Oh, we're not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
No.
And we got tear ducts.
No.
If God ain't
So
meant for
they
you to
say.
cry, you
Right.
couldn't cry.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
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 right.
right.
You got tear ducts, don't you?
But see, that was coming up when he was coming up. My dad was a
Belief
tough guy.
system.
You know, he like,
Mhm.
Oh no.
you don't cry, you don't cry.
No.
You know, in your mind, as a damn kid, that's all you believe in. You know, until you get old enough to understand,
Yeah.
it's okay to cry.
Yeah,
You know,
but see,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying is the belief system. Just like what he talked about, man. And I heard you loud and clear, so you can run this back. This is on YouTube and it's on Facebook,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be forever on YouTube.
Right, right.
Facebook may erase it, or whatever, but YouTube, this gonna be like when we gone, it'll still be here. And you talked about that process.
Yep.
But I can't get the fulfillment of the process if I get out the process.
That's deep right there.
Mhm.
And that's what a lot of times happens when the fire that refines us
Mm-hmm.
started getting real hot because you know the fire gets hotter as long as it's burned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
it does.
Mhm.
Yeah, it does.
Then we want to jump out the fire.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Yeah. We want to jump out the fire when it's darkest before dawn
Mhm.
and
Come on now.
it's hotter before the refinement.
Come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, these are spiritual principles.
Very deep spiritual principles. You're right.
Like Pastor Q was saying, a lot of clergymen and all that would say this, that we talk about God chastise those
Can we love?
who we love.
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's for our betterment.
Betterment, yeah.
Mhm.
And if he ain't messing with you, maybe you might not be here.
You right about
if
that.
Yeah.
You right about
God
that,
ain't
brother.
chastising, see, we always talk about the devil doing it, the
Right,
devil
right,
doing it.
right, right.
Man, God, he doing the work.
Yeah.
Either God is God, or y'all think the devil is bigger than God.
I tell people,
It's real simple, man.
Yeah.
I got real sick. I tell people God broke me to fix me because
Good
he loved
gosh,
me.
huh?
But man, I was such a fool before I went there. Man, I had 3 autoimmune diseases: muscle disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and interstitial lung disease.
Yeah.
Before all of that crashed me, man, I was an instant fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But by God breaking me down that way, man, that would humble me up. I couldn't walk. I couldn't get off the sofa. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even wipe my own behind. I hate to be graphic, man. That's how weak I was. But that humbled me up.
Yeah.
It showed me a lot of stuff. I said, God, if you let me up from here, I'm gonna change.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen. You know,
Yeah.
and you know what?
You did it, right?
Cool, man.
So
Last thing my
you
daddy
had,
told
you,
me
had,
before he
you, had,
died.
you had to be
I
receptive
had
to
to
it.
be receptive to it.
Check
you
this
know?
out. One, I gotta share this, y'all,
Yeah.
because this is classic. I love Ten Commandments. You know, you
Oh,
get
the
caught
book,
up
yeah.
in what
Yeah.
color he is and all that.
Yeah.
I look at the spiritual principles in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Now this
right.
ain't even. I don't even think it's biblical, Q, but it was deep. When Moses got banished from Egypt, right,
Mhm.
and he was going through that scene where he was going out in the Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Timothy
Yeah,
Commandments, yeah.
well, yeah, because there's a lot of different ones. I just want you to know the
Yeah,
Charlton Heston.
one, yeah.
When he was going through the desert, man, that scene where the director was talking because he was narrating it,
Mhm.
man, that's one of my favorite scenes. He said he was going through, he was hearing voices and all that at
Yeah.
night, and it was cold, and he said he was just kept going forward. He said he didn't know the curse or to even reward the power, because he didn't know from where the power was coming from.
Mhm.
It was pushing him forward, right? And then this is my favorite part. He said he fell into the dirt. Boom. He was out of strength, right? So the narrator said, at the end of human strength, he said, now the metal is ready for the master's hand.
Yeah, yeah,
So he had to come to the end of his own strength.
yeah, yeah.
See, when I stopped the art on Enter the Dragon, I'm a movie person, y'all know this.
Mhm.
When the man was talking to Bruce Lee, asking him, "What is your style?" Bruce said, "The art of fighting without fighting."
Mhm.
And that's what really happened for me.
Yeah.
When I stopped fighting,
Right.
Mhm.
God was able to do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's a saying that say, once God starts where you finish.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Same thing. Yeah.
God starts where you finish. Once you ran out of all your resources, ran
Yeah.
out of everything that you know how to do,
Yeah.
and
Pick
you
up from
get
there.
to a place and you say, I'm sick and tired, or you say, I can't do this anymore.
That's
I
the
say, I
piece.
got you.
That's
The one right there. Not
yeah.
sick and tired.
Yeah.
'Cause you know how
Yeah,
the
that's when
brain,
he step in.
you know how
That's
the
when actually
brain
God
work
steps
though,
in.
Q?
Yeah.
And somebody had to tell me this. So one of my coworkers, he shared this about being tired. The way the brain is wired, once you say I'm tired, what do?
Try to keep going.
No. Now come on now. What do you do once we get real tired?
Rest.
We rest.
Right.
Yeah.
But no change. We get back up and do the thing that we was doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once I said, like you just said, the second part, I can't do this not
No.
one more day. I'm done.
Mhm.
That's what I had to do. I had to say, I'm done. God,
Mhm.
whatever you want me to do.
I was speaking from a military aspect. Of it.
Yeah.
You know,
When we tired, we keep going.
Yeah, you're a military guy.
As a trainer, right? 'Cause I'm a trainer too, and dealing with the body. You probably guys know this, right?
He's trained.
There's this thing called muscle failure,
Yeah.
meaning that you exhaust the muscle or you rep the muscle until it fails.
Yeah.
So you ever see somebody working out, and then they get to the last one? It's failure.
Yeah.
That means that's all that it can do.
yeah.
And here's the crazy thing. That was 8. In 2 weeks, he can do 12
Yeah. 'Cause yeah,
through failure.
yeah,
He went from 8 to 12
yeah,
because he pushed it to failure.
yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I get it.
If he don't never try to do the 8, he can't get to the 12.
Come on, man.
So when somebody say, man, I can't do one push-up, I say you haven't failed at doing one push-up.
You haven't done it.
Because if you try to do one push-up in 2 weeks, you should be able to do 3.
Come on, man.
You haven't allowed the chance to fail. So when somebody goes to what I'm trying to say is that if you don't ever start anything,
You know,
you're never going to go anywhere. Somebody will say, I'm afraid to start it because I'm afraid of what may happen. Well, that's success. Success is failure in it.
yeah, yeah.
You got to fail at it.
You know, I said this.
Right, shit.
I said,
Like a salesman. They
Yeah.
get 25 no's.
yeah,
on
Yeah,
sale,
exactly. Exactly.
Until they get that yes.
But let me, because you just said something profound, right? But how he became a better salesman is because of the 25 no's.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Dig it.
You know why? Because, and I'm gonna tell you, and Boo said this is bad, but this is true. If you do wrong over and over and over again and keep failing at it, you actually get better at it. If you practice doing wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody who's a good criminal has failed really bad at being a criminal, and how they got better at it because they practice at it.
Well,
Practice at it.
you
know
said
what I'm saying?
that concept is
The
is
concept, yeah.
yeah. Only thing about this,
Mhm.
and this is spiritual principle. There's no right way to do wrong.
No way to do it
There's
wrong.
no right way to do wrong. So you can practice at that.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be turned out.
Exactly.
Look, the wages of what,
Wages of sin is death.
and that don't mean physical death all the time.
Mhm.
It
Spiritual.
mean, man, listen, man. Now, my freedom died.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
My relationships died.
Mhm.
It's still gonna be the wages of sin is death. There's no right way to do wrong.
Right.
That's another spiritual principle. And you can practice it, but it's gonna keep on rendering the same. This is the results of it,
Mhm.
huh? Just
Yeah.
like you said, like a fruit is known, a tree is known by its fruits.
Yeah.
And what happened to that tree that ain't had no fruit?
Mhm.
When Jesus walked by it, he looked up on the fig tree, ain't no fruit on it.
Yeah.
But that's what's doing wrong. It don't render no fruits.
Mhm.
So when it don't render no fruits, it
It's
withers
no
and
good.
die, and then it's gonna be thrown in the furnace.
Yeah.
So that's another thing we had to know, because if we'll get caught up in it, we're thinking, okay, I could be a professional criminal. Nah,
Ta-da.
yeah. If I practice long enough, Pastor Q said, and that's my man. I gotta say, you ain't no way.
Why you go like that though?
Yeah, 'cause that's how we start thinking that's that pride.
Need a cake.
Yeah, you need a cake. Give me a cake.
Even when we're doing wrong.
Yeah. But it's no way, and we know that that's the results of that lifestyle,
Mhm.
right? And I say I never talk about nothing I ain't experienced.
Mhm.
Slim, I done jumped the moon.
Mhm.
See, gratitude is another accountability.
Yeah.
Man, I need to be thankful.
Absolutely.
In any state I'm in, I need to be thankful. And that ain't easy. I ain't gonna say it's easy.
It's not.
Yeah. Because when you was going through your medical stuff,
Mhm.
man, you had, man, it was hard to say I'm thankful.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was.
Yeah,
Why me, God?
Why you? Yeah.
come on, man.
Right.
We
right.
just being real.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel you on
being
that.
real, you know.
Feel you on that.
Am I doubting God now? You know, I had feelings like
All
that.
kind of stuff go through your
What
mind.
did I do so bad to
Mhm.
be here? You know, instead of seeing it as a learning experience to transform me to evolve. And once I evolved and got my stuff together, man, I took care of both of my parents, man. So he was grooming me to take care of them, both of them to the death. You
And
know?
let me say for the listeners, I knew where Pastor Q was coming from with it, but I'm just saying it for the viewers without the skill set,
Mhm.
Mhm.
because you're gonna find somebody out there and say, "Hey, Pastor Q said if I just keep doing criminal activity, I'm gonna be the best,
Right.
and then I'll be a master."
Yeah.
Master criminal.
Master criminal. The pastor said it. You got those type people out there.
Yeah, put that disclaimer there.
Yeah.
Somebody watching.
Yeah, because they watching
You know, man, another thing too,
and looking for a excuse.
Yeah.
in life when people you're talking about somebody's blood is going to be on your hands, is that we are held accountable for things in life.
Yeah,
You know, we're held accountable for other people.
We are.
Pastors and teachers and things like that. We are held accountable, especially in ministry, for not teaching the unadulterated word of God.
Yeah.
Say that
You're held,
again.
yeah, you're held accountable
Yeah.
for things you see and don't say anything about it. You're held
Yeah.
accountable. Right. The scripture says, "Whom much is given, much is required."
It's required.
That's
Yeah.
accountability.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
accountability. It's definitely
A
accountability.
lot is given to you, and that's required. If God says, "I'm holding you accountable because I've given you the tools and the resources." It's like the story of the talents. One got 5 talents, one got 2 talents,
Right.
one got 1. God held them accountable for the talents that He gave them, and that's why the one had 5 brought back 10, the one that had 2 brought back another 2, and the one who had 1 did nothing with it. He says, "I'm holding you accountable for that because you didn't do nothing with what I
Ain't do
gave
nothing.
you."
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are. They have, somebody right now is looking at what you have and haven't done nothing with what they have.
Right.
Come on now.
They
And
want
they say, "Hey, you got this, you got this, you got that."
You said this one time
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
On that note, I want you to elaborate because you said it.
Yeah.
You said you be driving in your car
Mhm.
and then you'll see another car.
Mhm.
You say, "Dang, I'd like to give me one of them."
Yeah.
You remember that time you said?
Yeah.
You
I think
said-
we've all been there.
Yeah.
Now you sitting in the car that you prayed for.
Yeah.
And
And I'm gonna tell you what, that's the thing about life, man. One of my prayers is, I always pray is, God, allow me to see or take me back to the song in church they say called "Take Me Back." I always ask God to take me back because there are things that you have now that you prayed for, and sometimes you have to be reminded of that. The car you drive, the wife you have, the house you have, the job you have, everything you have right now, you didn't have and you prayed for. And sometimes it would feel good. Imagine being able to every day, right, wake up and see your car like you saw it on the lot. See your wife like you saw her at the bus stop.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something that I want to be able to see it for the first time every day.
Yeah.
If you can do that, because that outfit you got on, them shoes you got on, you looked at it online and you couldn't wait to get it. You tracked the package. And now it's just another pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? But if I can get you to wake up, if I can get you to wake up tomorrow and have that same enthusiasm
When you first see it.
when you first seen it,
Yeah.
boy, you'd be so excited. You love to be home. You go to your home right now and you look all this stuff I have. But it's a heart thing.
Yeah.
If the heart of the man can change, the way he sees things will change.
It's perception change.
It's
We
perception.
talked about
change.
that perception.
It's
man.
perception. So, like you say, how do you see your woman the first day you met her, the first day you went to pick her up, you opened up the door for her, you want to take her to a restaurant, you bought her chocolates. How do I get back to seeing her that way? She didn't change. I changed the way I saw her. And that's why people will say, and that's what one of the things in the Bible, not to keep talking about this, but God tells them in the church in Revelations, He says, I need you to get back to your first love.
Yeah.
The love of God puts everything else back in perspective. Once you love God, you'll go back and you'll be able to appreciate. And I can go to my car and say, I remember. And you know what? A guy said, man, nothing like that new car smell. I said, you know what? New car smells way off.
Yeah.
Appreciation doesn't.
Let me tell you, it's funny you said that.
Yeah.
Why you think they had a Passover? Like, during the holidays,
Mhm.
on the note you saying, why you think they had Pentecost? And then, they got the reefs and all those traditions was a metaphor,
Mhm.
right? About being thankful what God has done. It
Right.
let you know where you was at.
Right.
You was in you was in bitter bondage. That's why we do.
Yeah.
We do the herbs
Bitter herbs.
and all that is
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder.
Yeah, it is.
See, I can get more grateful once I rewind. Like when you and I was sitting here talking about where we came from, where you and Kirk and y'all been through.
Mhm.
You've been in service, so I know it wasn't that easy all the time. So when I remind myself of what he done took me out of, because it's a burning bush experience.
Mhm.
Because it couldn't, no human power could have relieved me from that lifestyle without being dead. No human power. No human power. I don't know how I got to this point other than God. And I can't, no other example.
It took me a while to understand that.
No
Yeah,
other, it's
hit it
no,
on the head.
it's no
Many
other.
years.
And
Many
that's
years,
when you
brother.
start being grateful.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
I done had, like you talking about experiences now, we talk about experiences. I done had some experiences where now I can appreciate a good wife.
Mm.
Exactly.
I had some experience
Right,
now I can
right.
appreciate a roof over my head.
Yeah.
It don't have to be no matching.
Right.
It's mine.
That's it.
There you go.
That's all that
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah,
right?
see, I can have
Roof over your
experience.
head and it's
I
yours.
had some experience. I got a little used car. It
You
started
get from
right
A
up.
to B, don't you?
Right.
It started right
You
up.
know?
Hey, listen, I can have
Oh,
some. I
man.
done had some experience where now I drive with license.
Mhm.
See, I was
Been
one of
there,
them-
done
yeah, I was
that.
one of them.
You was just driving.
Yeah, people say, man, you
Blue
been
lights go
driving.
off. Oh,
They
shit.
said, if I tell people I only got license 3 years ago, they said, but I see you driving for years. I said, I had no license.
Yeah.
I lived off the grid. When I was, and now, man, you know, you was talking about looking at the awards. That's from work.
Yeah.
Like consistency. See, this
Mhm.
that's what it renders. It renders positive positive behavior consistently.
Mhm.
That's the core. Now,
Earned it.
check this out. If I go back and just dip my feet in that old lifestyle, I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Suck you right back in.
Mhm.
It's not. I can't
Yeah.
take a sip or a swallow
Yeah.
because
Same here.
you take the whole bottle.
Mhm.
So, and that Pastor Q talking about knowing yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
To thy own self, what?
Be true.
Me too.
Yeah, be honest with you. Okay, this is my shortcomings.
I
You know,
can't
this
do
is my
that,
a-
but
this is my
I got a
attributes.
short fuse or this or
Mhm.
that.
You know,
Mhm.
well, check this out. Now I know the Q say, but can everybody say here, honestly say, you know what your calling is?
Mhm.
That's deep.
You know, I know that me and Q can say that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And no, I ain't saying y'all can't.
No,
No,
I'm just saying I know because we got a
Right,
relationship.
Right.
You know, we talked about stuff like
Mhm.
this.
Mhm.
I'm in my calling.
Right.
And you know one thing about your calling? It's like fit, like you know when you know Jackie
Loose
fit.
it, yep.
Mhm.
Man, this joke made right for me.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Man, Taylor,
Tailor made.
Tailor-made
You
too.
don't, you
Yep.
don't know.
It's like you said,
You don't know.
tailor-made. It's just right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's for you.
Yeah,
You
it
don't
fits
know
you. And everybody got the same calling. It's just how you do it is different.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Like he's over here mentoring, right?
Right.
You deacon in the churches now, right?
No, I'm singing on the choir.
Well, you singing
and
on the
I'm
choir.
mentoring too, and
But
I'm
you
doing a
mentoring
whole
too.
lot of things in the church.
But the thing I'm talking about,
Mhm.
everybody got their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's rendering the same. It's rendering the same
Mhm.
results, man. Bringing hope to somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody plays a part in the body, man. And there's no body part more important than the other.
Yeah,
We all part of the body, man.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what's right there.
yeah. Everybody. Yeah,
Pastor not no more important than the choir sing.
That's
choir
right.
Sing, no more important than the usher. The usher no more important than the janitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
and look, and no more important than the person that don't even go to church.
Yeah.
Purge of the
So
wine
we're
on
not
the
talking
street,
about just
or the-
going to
the
church.
proverbial-
If you're
Exactly.
doing a random acts of kindness,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
random acts of kindness,
Mhm.
man. Them the ones that I remember the most.
Oh, yeah.
When I was going through the
Yeah.
things I went through in life,
Mhm.
man, I remember when people did random acts of kindness.
That's the people that God put in your
Yeah,
path.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When you get called
You
from
know.
a guy I served with years ago, I forgot about the guy, but he found me on Facebook.
Yeah.
He just said, "I just want to thank you." I said,
Mm.
"For what? What did I do?"
Yeah,
He said, "Man, you pretty much saved my life." I said, "What are you talking about?"
yeah,
Mhm.
You know, I started recollecting back, trying to figure out who he was, because I've been through a lot of units and I was in the
Right.
military for a long time.
Mhm.
And, you know, you meet a lot of
he was in the military with you.
yeah.
So what he say?
You know, he was going through a rough patch with his wife.
Yeah.
And I sat down and talked. I was married. My
At the
first
time.
wife at the same time.
Yeah.
So he looked at me for advice.
He gave you experience.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I sit down and talk to him. He's a young E3 at the time. And I talked to him. And I didn't remember until he started bringing it up.
Bring back the
You know,
scenario.
and he was bawling, crying. We was on deployment. We was out of foreign country somewhere. And I just talked to him, just like we're talking now.
Mhm.
And he said, I just want to thank you. He found me on Facebook. And it's been like over 35 years.
Mhm.
Since
At the time, you didn't realize
I didn't
how
realize.
pivotal that
Right.
was.
I didn't
for him,
realize it
how-
because we
Yeah,
both
something.
out in the middle of nowhere. We
Right,
talking, and
right.
his wife was back doing whatever she was doing, and he was crying. I said, man, look.
But you just being you.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
this
You know, that's it.
and he thanked me. I said, I can't even remember what I did. But he
Mhm.
he found me. He said, man, you calmed me down and all this stuff because in the middle
How
of
much a
combat.
blessing you
You know,
can
I'm
be
trying,
something in the
I'm
middle
trying to
of
settle
life,
him
stay
down.
alive, right?
I'm
Yeah.
scared, and we all
Yeah.
worried about stuff.
And we may not know. And see, here's the thing. Being accountable, man, is being in service to God, to others,
Mhm.
right? And like we said from the beginning of it, we don't know how that's going to happen. It's up to Him.
Mm.
Mhm.
We just got to be receptive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But we don't look for the reward because we already
key.
we already got the reward.
That's the key.
The reward is this, right? If you able to give, and we ain't talking about just monetarily.
Mhm.
If you able
I
to
know what you're
give,
doing. I got
if
something
you able
with
to
that.
give,
Yeah.
you already blessed.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
This might be just a little bit off topic. but
Okay.
You see all these Facebook people on Facebook that's
Mhm.
on the street giving out stuff and they filming it.
Mhm.
Why-
Yeah.
why are you
Yeah.
filming it?
Yeah.
We just talked about that.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
If it's from your
Give
heart,
somebody $1. I got to
yeah,
take a
yeah.
selfie.
Look, I'm giving them this.
From my heart, I don't
Look-
even
look what
tell
I'm doing.
nobody.
Yeah.
I
Why
do
you-
things like that all
why
the
is that
time. I don't
necessary?
even talk
The
about
Bible,
it.
the
Why is
Bible
that
says,
necessary?
the Bible says, let your light so shine before men,
Right.
that they may see your good works, but glorify your Father that's in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that you should be doing should be sending traffic to God, not to yourself.
That's
Boom.
right.
Come on, brother.
That's it.
That's right. Because that's the whole
That
purpose.
drives me
Yeah.
crazy. So why are you filming it?
People
Yeah.
do good works to send traffic their way.
Now,
First of all, you're degrading the person you're filming.
Yeah,
First
I
of
gotta
all,
say
he's
this.
already down and out.
I gotta say this
Yeah.
for the viewers. Like we said, this is not a religious show, but it is spiritual in nature, right?
Absolutely.
Because now, like we said, we ain't pushing none of our belief on you, but I know that without Christ Jesus, there's no other way to the Father, to the true God, right?
Only way.
Now that's what I
Only
know.
one way.
Now you have your
The
own
only way.
Listen, the only way. Now you have your own. Well, try to get it out of the way. We're not saying you gotta believe that.
Mhm.
Well, I gotta say it because I gotta like I believe in what he say. If I don't confess him to
Yeah,
men,
you held accountable.
yeah, I'm held accountable. I gotta say it.
Yeah.
See, this is the responsibility of mine that I gladly take on, right?
Absolutely.
But I have to say that. But I have to also say that we not because see, it said be wise as a serpent,
Serpent harmless as a
but
dove.
harmless as a dove. I don't want to push nothing because when the first thing you start saying to people about God, they think in religion. They think they got to put a suit on and go to the church and hallelujahs and amens. And man, and that's what got a lot of people away from winning souls.
Mhm.
It is, man. People, man, look, I had a guy today before we started. He said, man, I was gonna come to y'all church. He said, but I was man, I ain't want to hear the no. He thought we was gonna condemn him because he was going.
all the time.
That's what he
Yeah.
thought, right? But I'm just saying, this
Yeah.
is the
Oh, I
mindset
gotta
of a
wear- I
lot
gotta
of
wear a
people.
suit.
Right, right.
Hold up,
man.
this the
We need
mindset
to
of a lot of people
You know what I mean?
because we get caught in these traditions, right?
Yeah.
And it's doing the opposite of what we're supposed to be accountable for. We're supposed to be bringing people in, but he said
Pushing
be
them
all
away.
things to all people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He sent them out.
Yeah.
He didn't say stay right there.
Mhm.
He sent them out, right? So we supposed to
Absolutely.
practice what he do.
Absolutely.
So the point I'm saying is that's why I make that disclaimer that the show is not a religious show, but we believers.
Yeah, but like the thing is, too, like you said, if I don't bear witness, I'm gonna be held accountable.
I'm be held accountable.
But if I
Absolutely.
bear witness, then you can held accountable.
Yeah. So once I tell you where I believe,
I'm no longer held accountable.
I'm no longer held accountable.
Even if you see the thing
As a
about-
watchman.
what we emphasize, it's not even about pushing religion. It's just about I have to say this.
I gotta say it.
Water, God get an increase. If I don't say it, I'm be held accountable.
Yeah.
Then what you do with it?
Because he
So
gave me,
it's up
he
to
the
you.
one gave me this platform.
Exactly. So you held accountable.
I gotta say it every time.
You gotta say it, yeah.
But I also want to say that we ain't trying to force you nothing on you. I gotta say that because I don't want the person to feel condemnation because they might be a baby in this process, you know, and they might not believe nothing at all.
Right, right.
But guess what? Like Pastor Q said, let your light so shine. So if you don't believe what we're saying, believe for our very works.
Yeah.
Look
That's
at
the
us.
point I'm making.
Look at
Yeah,
all of our
look at
lives
the-
and our
this the evidence right here.
we've become,
Mhm.
you
This the
know?
evidence right here.
Yeah.
That's why we talk about.
We've tried it that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why we
It's no good for
identify
me.
that we and
Only
look.
this way.
We done been to penitentiaries.
Yeah,
We done
right.
been in the streets.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This what makes it. This what
All
makes it
this
so
stuff, man.
dynamic.
Yeah.
We done been to the military.
Mhm.
So the military guy sitting there depressed, and he said, "Man, look at this military
Right,
guy.
Mm-hmm.
What he did?" He said, "Man, he was working with the guy named Jesus Christ." And the joy,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
huh? The joy. He says the strength, man.
No, bro. No better joy.
Yeah. So by being with this guy, they call Jesus Christ. I'm happy all the time,
All
even
the
when things
time.
don't go right.
Mm-hmm.
All the
I start
time.
finding the good in it.
Mhm.
See, go now we optimistic thinkers.
That good turning to great.
Yeah, so we optimistic thinkers now.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The glass is never half empty with us.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's always half
Half
full.
full, always.
Even
Mhm.
in the midst of going through
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely, brother.
breakups,
Break
you know,
up, sickness,
all that
whatever.
stuff, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your own sickness,
Did-
financial,
let
whatever.
me
but
ask
he
you this
sees you
question.
through.
So he been through. This is my second marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was sharing with me, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, man, you know, he on his second marriage. He's still kind of like a newlywed.
Five,
You know,
about 5
5 years,
Five years.
youngin,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But the thing about it is though, the hope was never there. I want to be a husband,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
Yeah.
So the hope never died. That's what I mean.
Right.
The hope don't die
Mm-hmm.
when you're dealing with the dude Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Him.
Never
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, it don't die. So guess what now? Boy, happy as a rabbit with all his feet. So man, we just sitting here chopping it up, man. But this is a wonderful thing, man. When you can get men,
It is.
men, especially our color men.
Mhm. Yep.
You know, come on, man. The
Mhm.
the descendants of the slaves.
The
descendants of the slaves.
Mhm.
You know that's got to be a very powerful thing when all
Mhm.
odds are against you
Yep.
to exterminate you,
Mm-hmm.
Right from the get go.
huh?
Descendants
And
of
you still
slaves.
descendants of the slaves are the most powerful people on
Yep.
this earth.
Mm-hmm.
The descendants of the American slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Man, come on, man.
Yep.
We supposed to be the nine lady. We supposed to, huh?
They tried.
They tried. And we
Mhm.
still here.
Still here.
Huh? So it must be a mighty God. And
Yeah.
even if you don't believe in him, he believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So
Never leave you or forsake you.
Never.
that's all I got to say. Anybody got any closing things that they want to share with the people? Before we go off air, because when we go off air, we got to give them the slogan. So anything you want to say in closing?
Be accountable. Be present.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And great opportunity to be on here with some great men. That's what it takes to be able to have men come out and talk about, because people listening and learning. So it took a lot of courage and for the men to come about today and talk about their stories and what they heard. A lot of people was able to learn. So I thank God, man, for having us all here.
Absolutely.
Great connection.
And I can say this before you
Mhm.
finish it. I love you guys, and that's genuine.
Yep.
We
We don't say that enough.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. We don't, bro. This has been a very
and
rewarding
mean it.
experience.
And
And
even
mean
though,
You know?
even and I want this for the record, even those who spitefully misuse me, man, I love you and I want the best for you.
Mhm.
I want the best for you. And a lot of them, we talked about seeing guys change is a wonderful thing. And that's the whole goal.
Yeah.
The whole goal, man, is Christ.
Hmm.
You know, we the doormats.
Mhm.
We welcome them to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, so I love all my brothers, man, good, bad, or indifferent.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, brother.
So what you want to say
You know,
for the
hey, brother, it's been a rewarding experience. So, like
Mhm.
Pastor Q was saying, to sit down with some real men
Yeah, man.
and to not hold nothing back. You know,
Yeah.
talk about their past, where they've been, where they're
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
It's been very rewarding, and hopefully somebody out there can get something out of what we said. You know what I mean? Like you say, it's not a religious show, but we're all spiritual men.
in nature, yeah.
You know, not trying to push nobody away, but you know,
Mhm.
hopefully you can gather something that we did in our paths along the
Yeah,
way.
we just give our
and
experience.
incorporate into your life through our
Mhm.
experiences. And you know, like I said, love you, man. We go way back, bro.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
first met, we was different men.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's a true pleasure and an honor to
We
be
ain't had no
sitting here,
hair on
man.
our face.
No, none. We's all
This-
young
this
and
one
all
too.
that.
Yeah.
But hey man, thanks for having me, Boo. Love you, brother.
Man, you always, you know,
I'm glad
you
we're still
always
together, man.
you and my man Dirk, he didn't make it tonight,
Right.
but he's
right.
been supportive. I
Right,
want to
right.
shout him out.
I get it,
And
get it.
Pastor Q, thanks for coming
Yeah,
through
thanks
again,
for having
man.
me, man, for sure.
Man, I want you here all the time. But I know sometimes your schedule don't.
Yeah, well, if I could be here, we won't be
See, I
here,
thank
man.
you, brother,
Yeah,
man.
yes, sir.
You
Appreciate you
always,
having me,
you
man.
always the doors open for you.
I appreciate that, brother.
You'd always want to come, man.
Yes,
We
sir.
do it once a month.
Yeah.
And if the holidays we did today, because they got a
Christmas
holiday
coming.
coming.
Okay.
So we had the joke was always gonna be on a
Mhm.
Thursday. It's always gonna be 7:05.
Mhm.
It's always gonna be
On
in
time.
on time. Yeah. Closest we can get though, you know. But we strive to do better. You know, you know better,
Absolutely.
you what?
Do better.
Yeah.
Do better.
But knowing is the key. You can say you know something, but if you ain't living it, you don't know it.
Mm-mm.
So you know, so this is Man and the Mirror Show, y'all. And what we say this show is?
It's the show that
Show that
matters.
matters.
It's the talk show.
The talk show that
Talk
matters.
show that
The
matters.
talk show that matters.
Absolutely.
So we out.